So off we go with the offensive depth chart for the Packers. Here are some notes for everyone to take that is keeping score at home. I just would like to make it known that Allen Lazard right now is penciled in as a backup behind Davante Adams, but I think he will be a starting slot receiver. The reason why I have him behind Davante is because there just isn't any room for the slot receiver. This is really just the basic lineup. Packages will all be different. We will see fullbacks out of the lineup. We will see multiple receiver sets. We will see tight ends out. We will see all kinds of different looks coming from the Packer offense in Matt LaFleur's second-year system in Green Bay. I also would like to make a few players of note here, and one of them is the backup left tackle that is penciled in right behind David Bakhtiari is Yosh Nijman. Nijman is somebody to look out for as a sleeper guy, and that could possibly step up as a backup offensive tackle, whether at left or right. Elton Jenkins is now penciled in as the starter, and Lane Taylor is now the backup at left guard. Cole Madison is a bubble player that probably will be a versatile guard or center. We might see him in those in one of those spots. Well, don't be surprised if you see all of these guys at interchangeable. Like you could see Conway at right tackle, you could see LeGlue at left, or Travis Bruffy at left. Don't be surprised if you see Runyon at left guard, but I have him projected at right guard to play right behind Billy Turner to give him some competition, as well as Simon Stepaniak. Simon Steps at right guard, because I think I've seen him play as a right guard during his time in college, even though he is a versatile offensive tackle but projects better as a guard. And at tight end, we got a new starter that is set to step up, and that is the second-year Jace Sternberger, who was the number 3 guy to start out right behind Marcedes Lewis and Jimmy Graham, who has departed and signed with the Chicago Bears. Marcedes Lewis will resume his duties as a blocking tight end right behind Jace, along with a newcomer, Josiah DeGuerra, aka Senor Versatile tight end fullback, who is penciled in. I'm having penciled in as a tight end for now, just because I'm not sure where his role is going to be exactly. I'm just going to project that he will be a tight end because he was drafted as a tight end but can play fullback. So it surprises me if we see him as a starting fullback, and we will see him go around as like a fullback / tight end in the H-back role, similar to that of what Jace was doing last year after his injury. And then we have behind DeGuerra, we have Bobby Tonyan, fan favorite Evan Bayless, and the converted defensive end James Looney. He converted to tight end late in the season, so we will see James Looney in some time on the offense as a tight end. Don't be surprised if you see a bunch of other guys here listed at receiver to step in as a possible starter, with Marquez Valdez-Scantling not being out of the picture. Equanimeous St. Brown will be back and healthy to start camp and could be the guy to be a starter, whether you're going to see him in the slot or possibly out wide, and may unseat Devin Funchess, who I believe right now at this juncture will be penciled in as the number 2 guy, the number 2 or 3 receiver for Aaron Rodgers. He'll be a starting outside receiver, along with Davante as the number 1 receiver. And at quarterback, not much to speak of. You got our quarterback, Aaron the GOAT, starting at quarterback, despite having the team, Brian Gutekunst, deciding to go to hit one right out of left field and draft the successor to the greatest quarterback of all time, Jordan Love, and is now penciled in as the probably the number 2 backup, with Tim Boyle as the number 3 quarterback, and the undrafted Jalen Morton as the last quarterback. And at fullback, we got 2 fullbacks right now. We got Elijah Wellman and Jordan Jones. And at running back, we've got a crowded running back field. We got Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, both returning on contract years. with A.J. Dillon probably being penciled in as the number 3 running back because he was drafted in the second round. It wouldn't surprise me if we see him as the number 2 guy, and Jamal is relegated to 3. And then behind him, you have another fan favorite, Swerve and Irvin. Tyler is probably going to serve as somewhat of a gadget back, but primarily play on special teams. And then behind him, we got Dexter Williams, the second-year guy that was kind of really put in a redshirt season and didn't see much action. And then behind him, we have Patrick Taylor, an undrafted free agent running back. And I believe I skipped over a few names here just to go over some of the newcomers. We got Darrell Stewart, the undrafted free agent wide receiver, along with a few other guys that were unknown, like John LeGlue, a backup offensive tackle. And I believe that I missed Malik Taylor. He will probably occupy as the last wide receiver on the depth chart, who may have a shot to be able to get a roster spot if he can prove himself in camp. And now to go over to the special team side, I decided to condense both offense and special teams because of how much space there is for this graphic here. At long snapper, not much to say. Hunter Bradley is returning in that role and has done pretty well and should be the long snapper from here on out. And then we got kicker and punter Mason Crosby and J.K. Scott respectively at both of their positions. And that is going to do it for the Packers offensive projected depth chart for now. As you know, that there is plenty of offseason left. There is some possibility of the team making some moves yet in the offseason, whether via we got some trades or possibly bringing on some unproven, undrafted players to show their skill level and see if they have a chance to make the roster. So that will do it for this video. I'll catch you guys later. And as always, go Pack Go.